Hello guys, well, nice to have y'all back. So today we are going to be finishing 100% our sound system in the Stormtrooper. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't seen my other videos, we already installed the tweeters, we replaced the door speakers, the dash speaker, and we also added an amplifier to all 5 speakers. And on top of that, we already have 212 subs that I did before I started this channel, but it's there. The only thing we needed is the 6x9s. So I had to wait on that, mainly on temperatures. I was waiting for it to get a little bit cooler, and now is the perfect time to be getting in the back of the interior, because we are gonna have to take a whole bunch of interior parts in order to get to these 2 simple speakers, because GM thought it was a great idea. So we're gonna have to do that today. So the installation should be pretty straightforward. Everything's gonna be mainly taking interior parts off, like I said. But other than that, I mean, we won't do an unboxing today because it's just a box. You open it, you get some speakers. And the main purpose of this is just to show you the process of how to change them, because like I said, it is gonna be a long one and hopefully it's gonna be worth it. So simple introduction, no unboxing. So let's just go ahead and straight to the point, and let's go ahead and take down the interior. So see ya outside. All right, so the first step, you gotta get rid of this. As you can see, I already loosened it up for you. Just pull up hard. Obviously be careful, pull that one, and this is where we're at right now. And now we just gotta pull this way and clip it, and we'll take this bottom portion out first. All right, so we're gonna take this bolt right here you see, and you also have 2 right here, and you're gonna have 2 right here that we're gonna take off, and take this whole bracket out, and then we'll just get rid of the whole seats altogether. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so now we're done with all the seats. Now we gotta take those panels. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do one side, and then I'll go over on how to do the other one once I get more comfortable of how to do it. So I'm gonna start taking this trim out. Once I come back, I'm gonna be done with half of it, and I'll show you the other half. All right, so we're gonna get to removing this piece right here. Then we're gonna remove this whole piece. Then the seat belt, then the screw right here. There's another screw right there, and it's gonna be looking something like that. So now I'm gonna go over it. Now I know what I'm doing, and we'll get out of here in no time. Alright guys, so we're going to be using these prying tools. I put some duct tape on them, that way they don't damage no interior, because this is really easy to scratch. And I just learned, go ahead and get one of these. I got them in Harbor Freights, and they're just going to help me, and it made everything so much easier on the other side. So we're going to start removing this thing first. Pry up. Alright, now the next thing we want to do is take care of this. So how are we going to do that? Again, using your prying tool, just pry it off. And these are the clips. And just be careful with this foam. Alright. Now, we focus on this one. Get yourself a flathead. And pop up. Okay, it's going to be a T45 right here. Alright, there you go. This is just like a little washer. Just keep it, that way we can put it back. Now we're gonna pop here. Just be careful not to scratch anything. Pop it up. And this one, it looks like it's gonna be a 7mm right here. And this should be simple enough as well. And all right, now that we have all this taken care of, all we're gonna have to do is take this panel off, this one, and we're gonna expose another 7mm right here. And then I'll show you how to take that off. And then all we gotta do is take the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off and this one, and that's gonna be next. All right, so right here you're gonna find this little tab. This one you just gotta pull it up and then push it down. So this tab is gonna be there. It's gonna hook up to here. So just pull up and then get it out. Almost like a little harness, but it's really just to secure it. All right, and then here's gonna be our 7mm, which it's really hard to get. So luckily I have this right here. So when I removed my bumper, so this right here is gonna be a lifesaver because I could just bend it. All right, so we're gonna stick prying tool right here. Just pry up. And then just start getting stuff out of here. There you go. And there you go, guys. The whole side is done. Now we just need to get the back, get to the speakers, replace them, and put everything back up. It's easier said than done, but the hard part here is done. Now we're gonna need to get rid of this and get to the speakers. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take these little rivets, or I really don't know how they're called, the little plastics from here. We'll be using this tool. You can also use some pliers. So I'm gonna take, you're gonna find 4 of them. I'm gonna go ahead and take 4 and I'll be right back. All right, where everything's taken apart, the clips are off. Again, everything's off. Now here's gonna be a harness that you wanna disconnect before you take this top off. So just grab it and disconnect it. Now we're just gonna pop this up. It looks like it's gonna be a hard piece to get because it is pretty sturdy in there. So we just need to get it all out and then we can finally get to our speakers. All right, guys, where everything's out, here's the speakers, what we've been after. All we gotta do is take this little bolt out, screw, get them out. Then we're gonna go ahead and with the speaker installation on here. I'm gonna be reusing these. I'll go through details inside. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take them out and see you inside. All right, guys, well, this is the speaker we got out. Boston Acoustic. If you see, they made it where the tweeter has a whole different section, and then you got the mid-range. Also, your connections, I'll show you later. It actually comes with 4, but if you recall, whenever we got the sub-thump harness for our amplifier, we also got some of these for the 6x9s. What these do is that it allows you to play full range. If you haven't seen that video, these things is what's gonna help me out to put these without having to worry about a lot of stuff. So, like I said, this one makes it play full range. Now, I'm trying to play with the wiring because with the Boston Acoustics, like I said, you have 4 cables, so it's kind of different. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on putting everything like this. You can see I cut the speaker and installed the new one. We use the OEM brackets. You are gonna have to cut your speaker though. Keep that in mind. But however, I'm just gonna go ahead and mount them. I already did the mounting check, everything looks good. I'm gonna show you how to do this one. All right, so right here, you're gonna have some screws. You're gonna have 4 of them to take the tweeter portion off. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. There you go. And we can clip the cables from here and release this tweeter. All right, now here, you're gonna have your harness, and we're gonna cut every single one of these to get rid of the speaker. So I'm gonna get, for example, get the wires out of the way. And we're just gonna cut right here, like that. And cut the other wires. And that's how you're gonna get your little harness out. We can reuse this. And as you can see, now we have this taken care of. Now we gotta cut out these, and then we can pull this out. So try to cut them as downwards as possible. We're gonna get ourselves a little knife. Just poke it through there. And just get all the excess out. All this cardboard. Right, and then you leave a nice seal right there. Now we can get our speaker. And just found the hardware that best helps you out, but the stock screws should be able to do it. You just got to get a little bit of like these small washers that come included. They're small washers. Just align it. And once you put the screws, this is how it's gonna look, and it's gonna be ready for installation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the screws in. And there you go, nice and secure. Now we're just gonna go ahead and do some connections. All right guys, well I'm gonna go ahead and go through the connections. So as obvious, the small one, the big one, these comes included with the speakers. And I decided to connect these to where the sub one, or the subwoofer part was, where these were. Not the tweeters. So I connected it to where the lows are at. And then this harness should be the one included with the sub thumb for the amplifier. Again, this is what's gonna make it possible. Without this, you're gonna have to do a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't even know, because I didn't really have to look for it because I have this little harness right here. Like I said, these are the simple connections. This just goes into the car, and that's all the connections. Now, like I said, these are through the back as well. So if I do have to modify something to get a better sound, or let's say I connected them wrong, I will let you know for sure, because this right here is just the connection. I connected it, it sounded good. But again, I feel like there's more to deliver. That might be like an amp setting maybe, you know. So I'll just have to go through all the possible solutions and find out. But for now, this is the connection I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna do them to both. I'm gonna connect them to the car, and I'm gonna put everything back up, and you'll just see a little time lapse of that because you already saw how I took it out. Just do the reverse and you'll be right back. So I'm gonna go ahead and test fit these, make sure they don't rattle. If they do rattle, I have sponge. It's gonna be hard to incorporate in here, but I'll do it if it does rattle. So make sure you put the top piece, make sure it don't rattle, and you're good to go. Hello guys, welcome back. It's been about 3 weeks of testing. Now I do have a little announcement to make regarding my car and why I might not have my amplifier plugged in right now. And that is because I was having some electrical issues with my car about a week ago. And the only solution that I could find is unplugging both of my amplifiers. And my car kind of went back to normal. I still have a computer code, but it's just my amplifiers were kind of sucking too much electricity. So there's something that I do have to see how I'm gonna fix it. However, I do have my Boston Acoustics amps right now, so I'm pretty much on stock amp. Thanks to the sub thumb harness, if you haven't seen that video, I got to swap my amplifier from aftermarket to Boston Acoustics in like 3 minutes. So I just wanted to let you know on that, because I'm gonna show you some wiring that I did for the new speakers, and I just wanted you to know that's why I'm not gonna have pretty much no amplifiers, and I'm gonna have no subs in there actually. So for now, I just unplugged all my amplifiers running on stock. However, I do have to mention that I did do an easier way to connect the speakers, and something that I didn't really think of when I was doing all the installation. So I'm gonna go over those details, and then I'll be right back to give you my final review. All right guys, so I'm gonna go through the connections real quick. So as you see, this is the stock. I plugged them in through my own wire and run my own wire through here, and then tucked it in and wired it to right here. So it's pretty much just straight through, instead of using the stock one and having those bulky ones right here, I said might as well and just run it through here. Obviously I'm gonna tuck all this in, it's just here to show y'all, and then just connect it in here like if it was the normal ones, the rear, and these are the old ones, and that's all the connection. You see, it's so much easier. Now these two wires, those are for some tweeters that I installed. I'm gonna show you, because the speaker sounded good, but it did need some highs, and that just could be my speakers. I mean, every speaker is different, but I just felt like it needed some highs, so I'm gonna show you how I mounted those speakers. But here's just the wiring. Again, I'm gonna tuck all this in somehow and make sure everything looks flush. Now that I'm recording this video, I don't need to have them like that. And this is the stock, just tuck it in. And now since I'm going back to stock, I am gonna use these. I do have to use those, but that's why I kept it like that, just to show y'all. And there you go. Let me go ahead and show you the tweeters. All right, well, there you go. That's the tweeters. Excuse the dirty louver. It's, haven't washed it and it's been raining, but now it's clear. I'm gonna wash it after this. But there you go. Those are the tweeters. Like I said, the speakers did not deliver as much highs as I wanted, so just add some tweeters and it made it perfect. Those tweeters, they're like 30 bucks at AutoZone, so it's nothing too expensive. Just put a little bit of 3M on the base and there you go. They don't even look that bad, but it's better than drilling in my interior. So there you go, guys. Now we can go to the final review. Well, hello, welcome back. I hope I explained myself good in that previous clip, but without further ado, let's just go ahead and go to the final review. So like I said, my amplifiers had an issue a week ago, so I did have like a week of testing it with the full sound system, which is the subs and pretty much the full thing. And of course I did listen to the speakers by itself on the rears, and then I did it on the full, and I did see a difference. Now, was it too humongous? Probably not, but it definitely did sound better. Now, if you're gonna be doing all this work, I would recommend to go ahead and get good speakers, just because all the whole work and just getting some Walmart $20 speakers, for example, is probably not gonna be worth it. But if you're gonna go for your favorite ones, let's say you want kickers, even kickers, if you wanna go with Alpine, JBLs, all those good brands that you know they're gonna be delivering you the sound you want, then more than definitely go ahead and do this. It's like I said, it gives you the full surround system. Yes, I do recommend it, but again, once you get the good speakers, if you are thinking of doing this in a hurry and getting some $30, $40 speakers, just save your money and get yourself some money, get yourself a good speaker, and then go ahead and do all this process. Now, it is going to be a long process, you know, once you start going. Once you get one side, the other side is easy. But other than that, I liked it, I enjoyed it, and I'm really happy that I'm 100% done. Just gotta work on some things. So I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. You are gonna find some mods that are still not in camera. I'm still developing all the videos and all the editing and having the time, and some of them are still in testing. So if you go to my Instagram, you are gonna find some mods that they're not in my YouTube channel yet, but they're coming soon. And if you already know what mods I'm talking about, they'll be coming up soon. So hope you like this video and catch you until next time.